And hi, everybody. Welcome to Proline, direct from Las Vegas, America's longest-running sports handicapping show. I'm Dave Cokin, joined by Jim Feist. We're going to take a look at Week 4 of the NFL, including the Ravens-Steelers, one of the great rivalries in any sport. The Broncos-Raiders, not too bad. Division showdowns, big ones, along with Vegas sports betting tips to get you ready for a winning weekend. First, Jim, it's been a big week off the field with NFL news, and I know you wanted to touch on it.
I hate having to do this because what we do, Dave and I, professional sports handicappers and bettors, I've been doing this for more than half my life now, way more. And I guarantee you, whether they're kneeling, standing, whether there's protests, whether DirecTV is giving refunds or not on their NFL package, season ticket package, the crisis going on in college basketball, all that stuff. You know, there's all kinds of things that happen over a lifetime, and we have to weather them. But the important thing I want to say to you is that no matter what's going on off the field, they're still playing football, they're going to play basketball, and we do our work. And the reason we do our work is for you, but more importantly for us, because this is what we do. I bet every day. I'm up at 3:30 every day, working the lines, getting information, placing my wagers. So that information is going to remain available to you, whether half the people go to the stadiums or not, because we're going to do what we need to do for ourselves and for you and to give you a winning season. I want you to remember that. No matter what's going on out there, we're still here every week and every day on our website, jimfeist.com, to give you the winners you deserve.
And by the way, NFL Week 3 was, the action on the field was fabulous.
Oh, great.
What a week.
Awesome, awesome.
Still not sure, and believe me, it's not a sour grapes thing because I wasn't involved in the game, but I don't know how you overturned that Lions touchdown. I'm sorry, I did not see conclusive evidence that suggested he was in or not. So to me, the call's supposed to stand, and Detroit Lions fans, I do believe, have a legit beef about the way that ended. But that's the way it goes. Jim, 2-0 with NFL high roller releases for you in Week 1 of the NFL, 2-0 in Week 2, and 2-0 again on Sunday with the Saints plus the Falcons and Lions game going over the total. Good thing that didn't get screwed up with that last play. Also, 1-0 on college games of the year with Stanford just destroying UCLA.
Absolutely. And it's Parlay Weekend, another college football game of the year going on Saturday, and my first NFL game of the year release on Sunday. Both plays are $99 at jimfeist.com, and when you purchase online at checkout, punch in the code JIM50 and get a 50% discount off those plays. Also, if you want to get 7 days of service on the house, go to ProlineTV.com and hit the subscribe button, or get a free play every day right on your cell phone by texting GAME, G-A-M-E, to 64600.
A nice nickel high roller play on Saturday with Rutgers as a big dog. Had an early winner Sunday on the Jaguars. Hopefully people got up in time to get that in. That was kind of the appetizer because after that game, I nailed the underdog Chicago Bears. So 3-0 with the NFL high rollers in the season so far. Again, picking the right games to use as the high rollers. You can also get a free daily play from me by texting Cokin 64600. That's Cokin 64600. Check out our plays daily at jimfeist.com for articles, videos, podcasts, along with the fast facts. Those are free stats from Jim's personal database. They're very useful. And if you purchase any of my selections at jimfeist.com, use the promo code DAVE50 at checkout, and you get 50% off. Before we get to the games, let's look at this week's Proline poll question of the week, which is up every Monday on Twitter at Jim Feist Sports. The NFC East was supposed to be the NFC Beast. Well, it's not an awful division, but so it's not the NFC least, but it's certainly been wide open after 3 weeks. So we asked, who wins the division, the Eagles, Redskins, Cowboys, or the 0-3 Giants?
Well, 14% picked the Giants. A little question on that after they're 0-3. 23% said the Cowboys, 27% said the Redskins, and 36% said Philadelphia Eagles. I would agree with that, but I don't give much of a chance to the Giants because of that 0-3 start. It's very difficult to make the playoffs when you have a record like that to start the year.
They're just finding ways not to win football games, and they did it again on Sunday. I think I probably agree with the poll. The Cowboys, before the season started, looked like the team to beat, but this is actually kind of shocking in a sense. Their offensive line, which is supposed to be the strongest area on that team and the strongest offensive line in the league, has not played like the strongest offensive line in the league so far. And they're not going to have a great season unless they fix that area, because there are other aspects of the team where they're not really loaded. Well, so I think Dallas is a bit of a problem there.
They have a problem. Anybody that doesn't have a great offensive line is going to have a problem. What saves them quite a bit is Dak Prescott and the fact that he's a pretty good passer. He's not the greatest passer, but he has great legs, and he can move around. If you're a statue back there, for example, like Palmer, he can't move around. He's had knee surgeries. He's bigger. He's heavier. He doesn't move that well. And their offensive line crashes and burns. He's going to get sacked all the time, get hurt. It's the same thing with Bradford up in Minnesota. If you don't protect those statues back there, they're going to get hurt. They're not going to play very well, and you're not going to go very far. So you need some mobility, especially if you don't have a strong offensive line.
Yeah, one thing to remember is if you're just looking at the results of last week, you'd say, well, the Redskins are going to win the division. That's why you can't make a quick judgment off one game. But I'll tell you what, the Redskins were really good against the Raiders on Sunday night. No question about that. We want to thank everyone for participating in this week's poll question. Check out Twitter. My handle there is @DaveCokin to see my daily comments about sports in the Vegas sports wagering scene.
And you can participate every day with me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
When we come back, we will look at a pair of Week 4 NFL showdowns. The huge rivalry battle between the Steelers and Ravens. I think it's the most bitter rivalry in the NFL. And this one's not far behind the Raiders and Broncos. Stay tuned.